Hello and good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. And a very happy Dhanteras to you all. And thank you for joining us amidst all this festivities. I'm slightly under the weather today, so you will have to excuse my husky voice today. But today is another Tech Talk Tuesday, and here we are talking about Together with Teams. I know it's been a new tool on the block and everybody is very excited to know more about it. So here we are with Together with Teams. Today, your webinar host would be me, Meenakshi Oberoi, and with me will be Amit Gupta. Amit, would you like to introduce yourself here, please?
Yeah, very good evening, everybody, and happy Dhanteras to everyone. Thanks for joining. So now we can go ahead.
Okay. So, what's happening? Well, what's happening is everything around us is changing. How the workplaces are changing, and everything around us is taking a transformational process. The way we talk, communicate, connect, and socialize is transforming. Look at us. We're sitting across a screen and talking, and I know there are so many of you listening out there. So everything, including, in fact, the whole face of learning space is changing. And at Microsoft, we innovate to match the changing face of the world, and education is one of our prime focuses. The latest experience from Microsoft Office 365 is Microsoft Teams. It's the digital hub for teachers and students in Office 365 for education and is designed to help schools achieve more together by fostering deeply engaged classrooms, strengthening professional learning communities, and delivering more effective school communication. With technology in the classroom, I think our focus for the four C's has become stronger than ever, and Microsoft Teams really does all of that. Microsoft Teams basically operates on the belief that effective classroom technology is digital advancement delivered with purpose to inspire you, your creativity, and cultivate curiosity. The classroom experience in Teams empowers the generations that embraces technology as their first language, encouraging their developing voices and have educators implement learning strategies for their future successors. And in our classrooms today, we have citizens of tomorrow sitting who are so ready to begin chatting at the drop of the hat using any tool that they can place their hands on. Well, with that in mind, Microsoft Teams comes your way. Microsoft actually describes Teams as a chat-based workspace in Office 365 that allows teams internally on this at this stage. Basically, if you need an external person to join in, you need to send them an invite, just like we've sent you an invite, to work together within one window to enhance the framework. With Microsoft Teams, we aspire to create. Sorry. We aspire to create a more open digital environment that makes more work visible, integrated, and accessible basically across the team so everyone can stay together in the know. It's a very simple place where you can chat using today's team. It's a hub for teamwork and it's customizable. That's the best feature that I like, and we'll talk further about it a little later. But basically, it's a customizable feature and security teams trust. So easily manage your class workflow while engaging the voice within your students. Microsoft Teams brings you conversations, meetings, files, and apps together in a single experience for Office 365 in education. Using Teams, teachers can quickly move and easily from conversation to content creation with context and continuity with transparency. Teams has actually evolved the way we communicate as a staff throughout the school, and I think Amit will agree with me here because the way we communicate using Microsoft Teams and Kaizala has definitely transformed the way we were connecting with each other and working. It has allowed us to reduce the number of emails that we used to send to each other just to inform that,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, that this is on and
Reduce
this
the
is what we
awkward.
need to do. Exactly. So we're basically chatting and just dropping in a message, and our conversations have become much simpler. So here, Teams addresses unique needs of different groups and enables them to work together and get work done easily. You can manage projects, tasks, content using application that you use every day, all available in a single custom space. More to come as we go on. Stay in the know of real-time information and updates shared in persistent team conversations, private chats, if you would like. These can be moderated if needed, team meetings and other channels. Support rich collaboration and seamless experience. With integrated apps, you wouldn't believe it, the list is so endless. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote class notebook, and education partners like Canvas, Flipgrid, and Kahoot. Can you ask for more? I'm not too sure. Office 365 includes Teams. This means Teams is free for all faculty, staff, and students through Office 365 for education. But first and foremost, let me build a whole scenario here. I know I've been hearing the voices of many of the educators who've been telling me another tool on the block. Well, this is just not another tool on the block. This is a tool which is actually a cap on the rest of the tools. This is going to connect all the tools that were still lying here and there. So if you look at this picture, it actually gives you a good visual as to what it can be, to see what the whole interface, how it can change the way you're working. So first and foremost, Team provides you a modern conversation experience for today's team. It supports not only persistent but also threaded chats to keep everyone engaged. Team conversations are by default visible to the entire team, but there is of course the ability for private discussions. That I know is so needed. Skype is deeply integrated, so teams can participate in voice and video conferences, and everyone can add personality to their digital space with emojis, stickers, GIFs, and custom memes to make their own. Microsoft Teams is intuitive and simple to use, but before getting started, it's important to understand how Teams fits into the larger picture of Office 365, as creating teams has some wider implications. Every team will automatically create a matching plan. We'll give you a guide to see how it will, but SharePoint, team site, group, and shared OneNote. So here is one of the looks of what we could give you. This is the way Microsoft Teams works. So everything, if you see, is so webbed. It's so very connected that whatever you create in Teams would automatically be connected to rest of the interfaces. There is definitely deeper integration. I know the first thing that we get asked is, I use this software. Do you think we can integrate this? Well, Teams gives you the power to do it yourself. You could just on a click of add a tab, add any of the tools that you would want to. Here's looking at what is Office 365, because I'm sure some people in the audience must be like, oh my God, this is so confusing. And I know the first thumbs up that I will get will be from Shafali. Here's Office 365 for you. Here's very simple, and what is for users are the user applications, then come the cloud applications, then are the Office 365 cloud, then are the services and the cloud infrastructure. So this is what Office 365 is made of. It is all completely connected, and it actually gives you a framework. If you're still confused and how and when to use, here's the last slide to explain you that. If you look at the y-axis or the up arrow, it says priority or sensitivity. You have to take your own call to understand, based on your group size, which tool are you going to use? Are you going to use Skype for Business, Microsoft Teams, Yammer, or Outlook? This graph should be able to give you a view of what it could be. What all tools could you use and when could you use? Let's say it's a one-on-one Skype call. You could one-on-one call, you could look for Skype for Business. But if you're going to address a larger team, not the way we are doing today, because today is again more of one way, with Amit and me being the focus people, so we could use Skype for Business. But if we were actually doing a call where we would need your participation too, we would go to Microsoft Teams and so on. I'm going to give it over to Amit and catch my breath now.
Hello. So I'm audible, Meenakshi?
Yes, Amit, very audible.
Okay, so let's understand first. Explain this Teams. Basically, the Teams is a combination of various Office 365 tools, and is just like a digital hub. and where you can actually use all of your connected tools like your Skype, your OneNote, your Word, Excel. So it is also the perfect location for working on a projects with colleagues, curriculum adoption, or even whole school initiative. So, for example, if as an educator, I created a grade 4 class team in this team software, just created a group. And whenever I create a team for my class, it will create automatically OneNote class OneNote for my class, and there I can push content. Similarly, whatever we do with the class OneNote, everything which we can achieve over there, we can push assignments directly in this class team, where we can grade and assess them. And one more thing I would like to highlight, Meenakshi, over here, like you were talking about the integration part of this team. So we can integrate our existing LMS, which we are using in our school. We can integrate with this team. So according to LMS grades, it will create automatically teams for them without any other clicks. It will create automatically, and according to teams, it will create a class one notes. So this way your LMS and CMS will be connected. So whatever you can do with a class one node, you can achieve and you can grade everything in again back to into your LMS system. So this is the beauty of the teams. Microsoft is providing the integration of your LMS with the school data syncs. So, like I see how Microsoft team will help me. Even we have seen the impact teamwork had on our world, but what if team could achieve even more? What if they had a space to themselves to share ideas freely, accordingly, organizingly across geographics and generations? So this the mean to say, when we create a team and work into the teams in a general way, we discuss something, we illustrate something over the board, and we exchange something in the hard copies. So all things we can do in these teams. So if I took an example, we can share our Word files, we can have a video calls with a Skype, and we can have any other integrated software work we can do, like Kahoot or Power Apps and Power BI, Excel. We can do all these things. So the the beauty is that everything will be on a single place. We do not need to open any other software for a specific work. Everything will be collected over one place. And like you said in the beginning, now we have to learn another tool. So it's not just like learning for another tool. It will include your existing learning in a single place. So you will use your previous experience at a central place. So the beauty is this. So what kind of thing we can achieve this team? Number one, support rich collaboration and seamless experience. Professional learning communities. PLC, how PLC, this team will help as an educator in a PLC. When we create a teams, it will give you the option which kind of team you would like to create for a PLC, for a class team, so when you create this PLC,
I think Amit, your voice is breaking in between. Yeah, I think he had to leave the call. Anywho, as he joins back, let's give him a minute to join back. In case he doesn't, I'll carry on. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll continue explaining. Okay, great. Excellent, Nalini. Good to hear that from you. So what we'll do is we'll see how it helps. What we've seen is Microsoft Teams has helped teachers in a way that it has actually given a very connected sort of an interface. We've seen that the impact of teamwork has had our world in the sense that we've just felt as if we have now been connected by one interface, which is basically binding us all together, which is keeping us all together and trying to help us integrate and innovate together. We don't have to really run around in places, whether it be class notebook or it be a Word document or any kind of document. We don't really have to look left, right, or center. It supports rich collaboration and seamless experience for us all. Like Amit was explaining about PLCs, you can even manage the teacher workflow, create a class, customize learning using apps. Any kind of apps that I had shown you can be integrated just by adding a tab. Increase your student engagement with conversation and after school programs. So no too much of crowding of your email boxes with those messages of, this student has submitted the work. All of that is reduced to none. All my students in one location, classwork organized in channels and tabs to facilitate student learning, easy to make, monitor, evaluate, and return assignments to students, and conversations between students and teachers or students and students to clarify assignments or work collaboratively. Basically, all to all, put your WhatsApp, put your Snapchats together, and you will get this. Let's get to the basics. What does it all mean? Well, it means that this is an interface which you should be ready to use. Well, yes, this is the first view of Teams. This is what Teams look like. Teams, of course, has Teams. It has channels. It has an option to create tabs, and tabs are right here on the top. If you look at one more way of looking at Teams, a simpler way and a cleaner way is here are the Teams, next come the channels, and here are the tabs. So that's the simplest way of understanding Teams, and there's really nothing much more to it. But how does it all work? Well, with this tool, you can create teams for different classes, projects, periods, activities as you need it, and invite others in the school or even from other schools to join, or your other branches to join as a team member. Teams can be created based on Office 365 groups. So please understand, within Teams, you are creating groups. So, and any changes can be made to those Office 365 groups automatically be synced in Teams. This simplifies the process of inviting and managing team members and saves the group files in Teams. For example, let me give you an example to clarify this. Individual classes can further be organized into channels that contain tabs for conversation, files, notes, and more. Of course, you know better than me what all tabs will you need. Channels can be created based on classes' different needs, for example, by unit, by subject, or by project-based group. Tabs enable the class to upload, review, and edit files, notes, and customized contents. That is documents, spreadsheets, presentations, videos, external links, and other applications, and much more. The content is easily accessible to everyone in the class. In a very real-life scenario where I see this being used is when you're in a project-based learning and you want to cover many learning objectives, what you normally do is you divide some learning objectives over sections, and it was always difficult to do a show and tell between sections. Well, here's Teams. Here's one platform which has given you that power to basically operate, collaborate, and see the working of each and every group together in one interface. Introducing Teams to your class. Begin with a kickoff meeting to set expectations. This is a social media platform. Definitely you will have to set boundaries, you'll have to set limitations. So kick off by meeting to set expectations, provide guidance, and demonstrate the basics of Teams. Ask your class to use Teams as their primary communication and collaboration tool for the team-based activities only. So let me just go back. What about creating our own team? Well, you choose a class, you can do PLCs, you can do staff member meetings, and you can just have anyone over there. Coming back, showcasing what we have done, we have groups running within our own interface, our own teams, within Teams, we have a depedagogics team, and we do much more than what is even being talked about over here. And then, of course, we have the general humdrum of what we should do. Well, customize teams to your own unique scenarios. Successful teams need simple and intuitive tools to enable fast and effective communication and collaboration. Whether you're preparing a lesson plan, creating a personalized learning environment, or developing an after-school program, or managing any other team-based activity or project, teams can help you get organized for success. In the following steps, we'll show you how to get started and customize team to your class scenario. Create a few key channels and some tabs with great content. When you create a new class, a general channel is automatically added to the class. You can create additional channels to keep your class organized. By default, anyone on the team can access these channels. Post teams, training tips and announcements to general channels are for easy reference, because not everybody who will join your team will know how to use Teams. This will be a convenient place for the entire class to get help and guidance, and especially useful for new members who are joining in. Will get good ways to just blend in quickly. To create additional channels, select the ellipsis next to your team name in the channel list and select Add Channel from the drop-down menu. I hope you can see the screen. If you cannot, please.
Channels can be Meenakshi, channel can be utilized for a subject topic wise also. Let's say grade 4 team it's already created. Again, we wanted to physics, chemistry, maths, or for a science. So teacher can create channels within the team, and those channels could be utilized for a particular subject or a topic also.
Yeah, thank you, Amit. I think we covered this in my last slide, but anywho, it's always a good reminder. So for example, you might start a new conversation by posting a few questions in each of the channel to get few discussions started, and at mention specific class member to pull them into conversations. So mentions are also available. You can very easily mention just the way you do it in Twitter, or you do it on Kaizala, or you do it on WhatsApp. You just have to add at and you can mention somebody. Within individual channels, you can create tabs for different content and application. Several different tabs are created within each channel. Like Amit just said, you could have conversations, files, class notebook, and assignment. And to create a new tab, click the plus on the right side of the default tab and then select the app or the file that you need to add. That is a Word file or a planner or whatever, you name it, and you can click the button and do it. To create a new tab that links directly to the specific file, such as a lesson plan or outline or interactive class presentation, click on the plus button of the right default tab. Then select the file type. Browse for the name and file. Choose the file name to upload. I think you will get it much better than I can explain it here. If you just put your hands to it, I promise it's going to be much simpler. Individual staff teams can further be organized into channels and contain tabs for conversation, files, notes, and more. Channels can be created based on the team's different needs. For example, by topic, like Amit said, discipline or subject. Tabs can enable staff to upload, review, edit notes, and customize contents. For example, documents, spreadsheets, presentations, videos, external links, applications, and more. I don't think I can stress enough on the kind of abilities that it gives you. But this content is then easily accessible for everyone on the teams. There's a T-bot that's available. If you do not get exactly what I'm trying to give you here, well, there's a T-bot to help you there. So you can just go download it, start working on Teams, and I'm sure T-bot is going to help you. Moving further. Here's also a calendared way of having meetings. You could simply, right now I'm using OneDrive calendar, but then I don't need to use that. I could simply be using my team calendar to fix up a call and move ahead. All my documents are stored here in one place. Everything that has been uploaded is all available in one place. I'm giving you a peek into Teams and the way we work, and it's really not complex. It's really not as complex as it looks, at least. Well, let's move on to assignments. Creating a class assignment is not difficult a job at all. Amit, do you agree? Okay, I think Amit is slightly busy. So to create assignments in Teams, click Assignment. Well, that was super simple. I didn't even need to tell you that. and when you click on the new assignment button on the top right corner, in the new assign window, add your assignment details and attach a reference material for your student. You can schedule a due date and time date, and even decide whether you will allow late turn-ins. That's smart, isn't it? When you're done, click on the assign button. You can save the assignment as a draft if you're not really ready to distribute it yet. Just come back to your assignment tab later and to assign. So if you want to do something beforehand, and if you're as well prepared as we are, well, you could use that trick for us. To review and grade students, head back to the assignments tab in your class. Select review to select all assignments your students have turned in. You can provide feedback and note down the list, and select an individual student's submission to see their assignment. You can also navigate to other students quickly and easily from that view. Reviewing what you've just learned from Teams. Teams is a digital hub for teaching and learning, fully integrated with Office 365, so team members can easily communicate and collaborate using Office 365 applications like Word, Excel, OneNote, Class Notebook, and PowerPoint. For Office 365 education subscribers, Team is free, so you can start right away. There is so much that we are going to do, and there is so much that we're going to learn, that every now and then I must pause to see the chat window if there have been any questions, because I don't see any questions coming in as of now. So if there are any, please do type in those questions, as Amit's eye is stuck on that window for questions. Well, having caught a breath, I've just given you a list of all the kind of previews that you can have. And here's another one. This is an English Advanced Class 9 preview. And this is a beautiful way of showing you what is the whole spectrum of things that you can do with this one tool alone. You can organize, you can move your emails to Teams to keep all class conversations in one place, create assignments, and you can read more about new experiences. And we will be giving you a link to a wonderful Padlet which has everything. I think, Amit, it's a good time for us to push in that link. So I'm just going to push in that link now, so that you have access to that Padlet, which can actually teach you all. Oh, thanks. Amit has already done that. Okay, I did that again. So this link is your to-go link. You can simply go here and it's going to give you a wonderful peek into what all it can be. But not to undermine the power of Teams, it has persistent conversations. These allow students to share ideas on the fly from anywhere, any device, iOS, Android, Windows Phone supported, along with native apps for Windows 10, Mac OS, and browsers. So here's a very integrated. Yeah, go ahead.
Meenakshi, Microsoft Teams can be useful for school leaders also, for school improvement advisory committees. Effective school improvement program initiative require staff access to rich data analytics, such as percentile ranking and easy collaboration among diverse teams that include administrator, faculty, and other across the district. Incident response plans, social and emotional learning programs, teacher evaluation, all these can be achieved through this amazing tool by the school leader. So if the school leader can create a team for a whole school educators, so they can put a track for a evaluation, and so a connection between the educators, and suggestions from the educators to a school administrator. So all these kind of two-way communication can be happen without any barrier.
That's so true. And here's all the way Teams that we have brought for you. And I think setting up Teams on your mobile device is easy and will ensure that you're conveniently stay connected and class from anywhere, anytime, or any device. We all have it on our phones. We have it on our device. So we are completely connected right now. And you can download Teams from Windows Store, Windows Mobile, App Store, App iOS, or Google Play, Android, from anywhere. Here are the links if you would like. I'll push these links again. Though the links are available, yet I'm going to just push these links into your chat window so that they are readily available to you.
And teachers, just at this slide number 34, we have depicted all the resources related with the teams, especially for educator and school leaders. These are the Microsoft document which will help you to implement Microsoft Teams in your school in the scenario of educator or of a school leader. So these are the available at the 34 number of slide.
Well, voila, you and me, Amit, we've actually made it in time. It's 5 p.m. We've actually tried fitting in within half an hour. That was our main worry, whether we'll overshoot the time. But kudos to us, I think. Could we hear a cheer from the group to have finished right on time? We are almost towards the end of our session today. We are very happy and open to questions, but we completely understand that you were here only for 30 minutes and the 30 minutes are over. So thank you for being here. But thank you, Nalini. Thank you for the cheers. And we are here till late night today. Do you remember why? Well, we are here for late night today because we have a tweet meet at 10:30 p.m. IST. Please do not forget to join in. We have two of our MI experts, Vinita Garg and Gunjan Tomar, who are going to play hosts. So please do not miss that. Be there. And to give you a peek into what is upcoming next time, well, next time on 24th of October, we have remix storyboarding. So if you want to do storyboarding the remix way, please be here to learn it next time. I hope you've enjoyed the session as much as we've enjoyed sharing it with you. Have a really, really great evening. Thank you. Thank you for all the cheers. Thank you.